everyone, Rarity Dash here, and it's time for another reaction request. If you have a video that you'd like me to react to, check the description below. There's a link that'll take you to a Google document with all the relevant information. So today we've got another death battle, and it is a traditional DC versus Marvel showdown. This time, we've got Phoenix versus Raven. So yeah, pretty good matchup. I mean, they both have the bird names, both female superheroes and part of teams. Most known as part of teams, at least. And, yeah, both kind of like psychic powers. I am aware of both characters, mostly from cartoons. I've never really been an avid comic book reader. I do have a few comics, a small collection, but I never really got that into it, even though I kind of like the aesthetics and just, I've liked a lot of the cartoons. But, yeah, that's how I mostly know these characters. Raven, obviously, from the original Teen Titans show. And Phoenix from the old X-Men cartoon. Where I think she was mostly known as Jean Grey. Like, that's the name I think I'm more familiar with her under. But I do remember the whole Phoenix arc, and I know that is a identity of her. So, yeah, I do have some awareness of these two. I don't really think I could quantify their powers very well, so going into this one, I don't know. Something tells me Phoenix is more powerful. Like, I just feel like a point was always made that she was, like, the most powerful of the X-Men when it came to, like, potential and just whatever she could do. Like, there was just something about her that, like, made her, like, a real... But Raven is also really powerful. Like, there's definitely a lot. So, I don't know. I don't know enough here. I definitely have very limited information that I'm going into this with. I think just in terms of my gut feeling, Phoenix, but I don't know for sure. We'll have to find out. Let's see what kind of case they make, and I guess I'll give my thoughts based on how they lay it all out.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
So let's get it. Death battle.
Jean Grey, the marvelous Phoenix of the X-Men.
Raven, the Azeranthian demon witch of the Teen Titans.
If absolute power corrupts absolutely, in our quest to contain the beast within, we may well be consumed by...
Our battle time! Raka! He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In Greek mythology, the majestic phoenix bursts into flames.
Oh, and in terms of preference, I guess I'm rooting
then
for Raven.
rises from its own ashes. It's a symbol of nature.
Well, I like
rebirth,
both characters.
The dawning and setting of the sun.
Interestingly, neither is my favorite in their respective franchise.
Cycle,
I like
poor Jean
Starfire,
Grey was thrown
and I guess
into
for
way
X-Men,
too young when her best friend
probably
was
Rogue.
struck by a car right in front of her.
Just like a phoenix, the trauma of Annie's death was the start of something new. Her mutant power of telepathy. In Annie's fleeting moments, Jean bonded with her mind, and they experienced her death together.
By the way, Jean was 10.
Enter Professor Charles Xavier, who hoped to help Jean through her trauma.
And was also a telepath. He taught Jean how to control her X-Gene, and she used her powers to find other troubled mutant kids around the country.
Thus, the first iteration of these marvelous mutant superheroes was born. The X-Men.
Cyclops, Iceman, Beast, Angel, and of course, Marvel Girl. We can workshop that name.
Yeah!
The telepath was incredible. So far beyond Xavier's.
She went through a few names, didn't she?
Psionic blocks in her mind to limit her full power. At least until she was mature enough to wield it safely.
She can read and control thoughts, communicate telepathically, rewrite and erase memories, manipulate each one of your senses, and project her mind into the astral plane.
Jean is also an expert telekinetic, capable of forming energy barriers, deconstructing giant machines, and even halting the blood flow to your brain.
Starting to feel
That's
like
great.
the guy with big hands who can climb good is a little out of place. Jean's life would change forever.
True.
again on one fateful mission.
Trapped piloting a ship through a solar storm, the Marvel Girl came into contact with an incredible energy. It merged with her, greatly enhancing
But
her
this is how
power.
she
But
became
there was a
Phoenix.
catch.
Yeah.
This thing wasn't just a power boost. It
That's
was
cute
a
design.
giant space bird.
More like a cosmic being, which is the embodiment of the Big Bang,
Which
destined
X-Men
to
show was
consume
that?
all of existence at the end of time. This is the Phoenix Force.
Well, merging with the fire chicken didn't turn out so great, because all it wanted to do was blow shit up. Hey, why don't I get
Fire
a Phoenix
chicken.
Force? That sounds awesome.
The Phoenix Force desires destruction. Its fire will one day consume all of existence. That's its purpose. Unfortunately, this need for annihilation would prove too much for Jean, manipulating and corrupting her until a thoughtless moment where she obliterated an entire civilized planet. Billions of lives simply erased. This was the dawn of the Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, when Jean figured out what happened, she was not okay. No matter how hard she tried to kill the Phoenix's influence,
I
it would
mean,
always rise back up.
fair enough.
'Cause it's a Phoenix.
And so, rather than allow this absolute power to consume her, Jean heroically sacrificed herself, ending the threat.
Yeah, what a
Yeah,
beautifully tragic story about the
Yeah.
corrupting influence of power on the human spirit.
Not really.
That's never gonna
Turns
be
out
the end
that
of it with
wasn't
comics,
actually
though.
Jean. The Phoenix was just kind of pretending to be her. She came back
Oh.
later. Oh, and she
I mean, her name is Phoenix.
Well, that's stupid. But hey, absolute power may corrupt absolutely, but it also absolutely owns.
As the Phoenix, Jean can channel vast amounts of cosmic energy, absorb power from others, manipulate matter down to the subatomic level, and even scorch your soul with psionic flames.
Flames that take the shape of the Phoenix itself, grow to the size of a universe, and burn hotter than a supernova. The Phoenix can basically do anything. Stop time, open portals, see the future, raise the dead, and create pocket realities.
She can fly at massively faster than light speeds and wage mental battles across infinite distances in seconds.
El Pollo Loco even boosted.
I don't
Jean's
remember
natural
Raven being
abilities
this
to the
OP.
max.
We'll have to
She's
see,
physically
but
strong enough to fight the Thing, and
I
she's
don't
a
think
stronger
I've seen it
telepath
before.
than Moondragon was with the Mind Gem. You know, the Infinity Gauntlet bling that controls all minds in the universe.
And should Jean fall, the Phoenix can always resurrect her. So long
Yeah.
as her soul remains intact, it will reform her body no matter how many times it's destroyed.
Which is good, since she's died literally 15 times.
I mean-
According, at least. She probably died again in 2024.
it's great. Wonder if she's died again since then.
Cookie Run Tower of Adventures is officially available on both mobile and PC with Google Play Game.
But hey, when Jean's not around, the Phoenix has jumped into other people. Rachel Gray, Hope Summers, Firehair. It's got a thing for redheads.
Oh, you think it was a
Makes
bad idea
sense.
to have Jocelyn study it?
I demand a raise!
Nah, she's fine.
Well,
Don't
even
think I've
with
seen her
plenty of
before.
votes to choose from, the Phoenix would often end up back with
Probably a
Jean.
recurring character.
Like a
but
clingy,
I've never watched anything
codependent
on
ex.
Twitter.
While Jean might be stuck in a kind of love Ouroboros with Scott, Logan, Emma, basically everyone, her true bestie is the Phoenix.
Because according to the Phoenix Force, she is its perfect vessel. The Phoenix is powerful enough to stalemate Galactus and defeat the being Necrom, who was going to collapse the multiverse into a singularity. With Old Man Logan as its host, the Phoenix saved the entire Omniverse from destruction.
Yeah, basically the embodiment of the previous multiverse got mad and tried to flood reality with his evil juices. So, Old Man Phoenix held back a tsunami that would have erased all of Marvel Comics.
Let's move on. Even after multiple possessions, Jean was never quite free from the influence of the Dark Phoenix and the threat of its ultimate destruction.
But Jean's like the nicest and most patient person ever, so she eventually sort of
Yeah.
got through to the Phoenix Force.
And with their combined power emotionally stabilized, Jean reached her ultimate state of being, the White Phoenix of the Crown.
Sounds like
Okay.
a Dark Souls boss, and just as bullshit.
does, kind of.
White Phoenix is a perfect merging of Jean and the Phoenix Force, allowing her to control time and space and hold friggin' universes in her hand.
And giving her dominion over the White Hot Room, the highest plane of existence and the center of the Phoenix's power.
If this is even going to be a
Beyond
match,
reality,
there is
it
definitely a
dimension
lot
the
about
Phoenix has
Raven that I
complete
do not
control
know.
over, and even gets stronger while in it.
But Phoenix could never get out of that let's kill everyone mindset, So Jean finally confronted it and dumped his ass. Yeah, she dumped a cosmic god of destruction. You go, girl. Time to take back the good old days of... Wait, they're calling her Marvel Girl again? Roll it back.
But like a phoenix, the two will inevitably rise again and reunite, refreshed and renewed, with a passion that can melt stars and set our souls aflame. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
It can be easy to spend
Now
all
we
your
gotta get
time on
into
your
Raven.
work, your friends, your family, but how much time do you actually spend on yourself?
Therapy can be an incredible asset to your mental health, even if you don't think.
I'm
you're
gonna have to be
right
really
at this
impressed by
moment.
Raven.
A lot of
I
these
think she
problems
even
can be
scanned
hard
the
to spot
chance
without
here.
self-reflection and an outside perspective. It's easy to accept things the way they are without
seems
realizing
unlikely
that
at the
maybe
moment.
they could be better. Everyone can benefit from becoming the best version of themselves. Positive coping skills, setting boundaries, supporting others without leaving yourself behind, all incredibly important to practice in your journey for self-fulfillment.
And in this super busy world, BetterHelp is entirely online and designed to be flexible to your schedule.
All you have to do to start is fill out a brief questionnaire to be matched with a licensed therapist. And if you'd like to make a change, you can switch therapists at any time at no additional charge. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/deathbattle today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/deathbattle.
Once upon a midnight dreary, the Demon Lord
Nice.
Trigon had a plan to escape
Gotta love
his
the Poe.
extra-dimensional prison.
By manipulating a poor young Gothamite named Angela Roth, he would spawn a half-demon child that would summon him to Earth.
See, this is one of the many reasons you don't live in Gotham. Thankfully, Angela was rescued and taken to a dimension called Azarath, filled with a bunch of smelly space hippies.
And there, she would have her doomed daughter, Raven.
The Azarathians were terrified of Raven. If she ever lost control of herself, even for a moment, she could release Trigon into the world and kickstart the apocalypse.
So they trained her
Okay.
to control her mind, forbidding her from feeling any emotions whatsoever, and thus suppress Trigon's influence. Which is smart, since even without Trigon, she's strong enough to accidentally destroy the universe.
I don't know, Wiz. Being told that if I get too mad or too happy, I'd let loose the actual devil might just make me a dead man stressed out of my goddamn mind. I call it the prequel trilogy School of Psychotherapy. And much like a Jedi, Raven learned some sick magical powers.
Raven is an empath and can sense the emotions of others even from across the universe. She can shape those emotions so precisely it acts as a form of mind control.
She can sense your presence, absorb and redirect your pain, steal your energy for herself, communicate telepathically, erase memories, or just turn your brain off and put you to sleep.
Her telepathy is so
Huh?
strong she could resist a mental attack from the
So they're
Hive,
similar to
whose
Jean's
psionic
powers,
abilities
but
could
different.
overpower even Superman's mental defenses.
God, I could use that some nights. And he can resist mind control from dudes who can destroy the multiverse. Seems like she's got this emotion shit locked down. What's the problem?
Her very soul. While her body is ostensibly human, her soul is the locus for Trigon's corruption, and she can separate it from her own body in the form of her silhouette.
It's a bird! It's a plane! No, that's just a bird!
This soul self is non-corporeal and can be controlled from an interstellar distance away. She can use
That's
it to
pretty
fly,
cool.
teleport across dimensions, possess people, smash ponies like a battering
Oh.
ram, and even absorb us into a pocket dimension of infinite darkness.
Okay.
Or the nightmares.
It can
We're
also
going to explain that,
regenerate
like,
from complete
what's with
disintegration.
the
Sort
pony
of like a
smashing?
soul healing factor. You know, they probably should have thought twice about making the person who could accidentally end the world such a badass.
Given Raven's fear of her dreaded destiny, it's fitting that her soul self should take the form of her namesake, a raven. Across multiple mythologies and cultures, the raven symbolizes prophecy, death, and ill omen.
Hey, if ravens mean bad news, what about gooses?
You wanna
Yeah, I
break
think
me,
gooses are always
motherfuckers?
bad
Freak,
news.
I'll nibble you. Wait, I'll nibble your eyes out. Go nibble you. See ya, suckers. Okay, bye.
Oh, right. They symbolize assholes.
Upon turning 18, Raven feared Trigon's growing presence and went to Earth to form a super team capable of combating him.
Screw you, Satan! It's the Teen Titans! These kids may seem like the Justice League Junior Edition, but with Raven as their white and black mage combo, they were out kicking butt and saving the world.
You can add Warrior too. On one of their adventures, Raven's physical body was enhanced to match Donna Troy, an Amazonian strong enough to withstand a blast from the Universe Buster Monarch.
Well, that's just bad game design.
Raven's vast arsenal of magic includes lightning, force fields, illusions, telekinesis, shape-shifting, matter manipulation, stopping and traveling through time, and most dangerously, her control over souls.
She can rip your soul out of your body and absorb it to get stronger.
Oh.
Even controlling a universe full of souls all at once.
Well, this actually could be useful.
And
Like,
should
I don't know.
someone
Like,
attempt
that's
to
a useful
possess her,
skill.
She can tether their soul to hers, absorbing them.
Like
If
in
it
a
could work
possible
on
future
Phoenix.
timeline where she did just that to the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. She got strong enough to destroy all of creation. She was called the Unkindness, which is actually the term for a group of ravens.
Yes.
All of these powers made her an incredible asset for the Titans. No longer alone in Azarath, awaiting inevitable doom, Raven found a new home with new friends.
And a potential green-skinned love interest that DC is too cowardly to commit to. Come on, guys. We all ship it.
Alongside Raven, the Titans have defeated the Church of Blood, the alien conqueror Mongol, and the Brotherhood of Evil. However, the more Raven used her powers, the more Trigon's influence grew, unleashing a frightening transformation. Dark Raven.
Yeah, you can throw empathy out the window. As Dark Raven, she's a force of pure destruction. A perfect vanguard for her pop's hellish army.
Like in the New 52 era, where she led Trigon's forces, conquering worlds for, quote, an eternity.
Even destroying her body won't do much. She'll just keep fighting as a messed up demon ghost.
But the Titans were not fair-weather friends. With their love and support, Raven overcame her dark side and purified her soul to battle her all-powerful father.
We've been talking around him for a while, but Trigon is one of the biggest, baddest mother effers in DC Comics. Literally, evil personified. He's wiped out the Justice League with no effort, including our old pal, pre-Crisis Superman.
The same Superman who flew so fast he broke the bonds of infinity. Trigon's destroyed
Well, that's him,
entire
though. Does it
universes,
count?
matched the fifth-dimensional imp,
If-
Mr. Mxyzptlk,
like,
and
if she
even
summons
killed
him-
Dr. Fate in an alternate dimension. The same Dr. Fate who flew across reality at
I mean, the Phoenix, I guess, is
velocity
kind of a
God.
separate
he's
entity,
pretty
but
strong. But so is Raven. You
But it's
see,
also
Raven
kind of
was
part of
raised
her,
as a pacifist,
so-
afraid that if she let loose her father's powers would
I don't
kill
know.
everyone she loved.
But in truth, Raven's power never belonged to her father in the first place. It was hers. And Trigon had no idea how strong his daughter really
or I guess
was.
the
With
point is that
grace
she
of
beat.
Azar, Raven bonded with Azarath to overpower Trigon and destroy his soul. Even though
Okay.
her body got nuked in the process, she just kept superheroing without it.
So she
That's
beat
right,
someone who beat
as a
Super-
ghost.
That's a good
But
point.
even without her father's direct influence, Raven's incredible power continued to prove impressive. Like the time she fought the Spectre, an unbound angel of wrath whose conflicts often threaten all of reality.
Long have the legends of old proclaimed the awesome might of the Goth GF, but I never knew they were true until this day, Wizard.
Yeah.
Portents of Doom are nothing new for this shadow
Makes sense to me.
sorceress. With her teammates at her side, there's no future this Titan can't overcome.
Okay. So yeah, after that, I'm kind
when
of
you were on
a
land
bit
instead of
conflicted on this.
underwater in World of Warcraft.
Like, I still feel like
Ascension WoW has
Phoenix
a hardcore
feels
trial
more
called
powerful,
Field
but
and
I think
Fishing.
like Raven's particular skill set might actually be able to do something here. So I could see this going either way.
Are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a bird battle! Caw-caw!
Kind of rooted for Raven, but I don't know. This could, yeah, it's probably gonna be a good fight either way. Like, these two have crazy powers.
Come to burn my home to ashes. The demon inside you is too strong to be left alive. I'm sorry. This is for the
You're
good
on
of the
the top.
universe.
Nice pixel art.
Metreon Zenthos!
I haven't heard that in a while. Those familiar enough words. Yeah, it's been ages since I've watched Teen Titans. I mean, I guess it's been ages since I watched the old X-Men as well.
Afraid of the dark. You don't control my mind.
Yeah. There we go. Oh. Yeah. I don't think this is... Okay, yeah, there we go. Not even gonna try and take us out. Oh, that's cool. Okay, well that's a effective shield or weapon, or just weapon. It just smacked between planetary bodies.
Sear and scorch them all away!
No, I'll take this pain from you.
Enough! I'm taking everything that twisted
Oh, and now the white
you
form?
to somewhere white, hot, pure!
Yeah?
Scott, Charles, everyone, give me strength! I am not the
Not
daughter
Logan.
of the deep. I am a daughter of Azarath. Azarath Metrion Symptom!
Oh. Okay. Yeah, no, are we not done?
I'm home.
I guess we are.
KO! You know, I think they could have just talked this one out.
This was a nail
Probably.
biter, and perhaps that's surprising, since Raven's reputation hardly matches that of the almighty Phoenix.
Probably because Raven's always holding back. When she does it, you don't have to dig too deep to see that these two are evenly matched in power.
The Phoenix Force was strong enough to hold back the destruction of all creation, but Raven had multiple showings of battling similarly powerful characters like Trigon and the Spectre, and both could compete with speeds exceeding infinity.
Sure, Jean got a power boost in the White Hot Room, but that didn't make her invincible. The Phoenix has been overpowered there before, like by this big green cat. So throw stats out the window. This fight came down to their abilities.
Both were
Yeah,
immeasurably
that's kinda what I
powerful
figured.
telepaths. Both could control matter and time, and both could absorb each other's energy. However, Raven's ability to survive and fight as just her soul meant that most of Jean's offensive arsenal could not end the fight.
The Phoenix Force could have attempted to possess Raven's soul, but Raven has tethered her essence to other similarly powerful beings and absorbed them in the past.
And while the Phoenix's fire has shown to burn souls, Raven's has regenerated from complete disintegration.
On the flip side, Jean actually had very little defense against Raven's soul manipulation. The Phoenix could regenerate Jean's body, but not her spirit.
When Rachel Gray's soul was shattered, the Phoenix was actually incapable of healing it on its own. And while the Phoenix Force
Okay.
itself will be reborn in the White Hot Room, this can take months, years, even centuries.
So it could be one hell of a war of attrition, but ultimately only Raven had the ability to finish this battle.
Jean Grey was one of the strongest beings we've ever seen. But Raven's own awesome might, brilliant magic, and unique soul-destroying powers snuffed out her fire for good.
Will the Phoenix rise again, returning from that far, far shore? Quoth the Raven, nevermore.
The winner is Raven.
All right, yeah. Okay. When they kind of went into the soul stuff, that's
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
Where I
We have
kinda
a new
felt
Death Battle
like-
releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to
That's
get
where it
perks
kinda
and extra
turned for me,
content.
and I was like,
Planet
okay,
level
yeah, I
members
think
get
Raven
to
might
see
have a
Death
chance
battles
at this.
before anyone else, so don't miss out.
That's an interesting matchup. Stitch and Rocket Raccoon. Yeah. This was this was a good one. This was a good fight, good matchup, interesting, and yeah, I'm a little surprised. I mean, but they explained it well, and I did kind of feel it did actually activate that switch when they started talking about Raven's soul-related powers. That I don't know if Jean has a defense against this exactly. Yeah, I think I agree with. I mean, I what do I know? I haven't read any of these comics. I have very limited, but just based on the information they gave me, I think their decision makes sense. Yeah, overall, really cool fight, really cool death battle. I like this one. Not much else to say. Hope you guys liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.